Hi everybody, today we're going to take you through the options on the California Beach camper version. So you've hopefully seen our last video that we did, and we looked at the options on the Tour version, and today we're going to have a look at the camper version. So really the way I look at the camper version is that the camper is the starting lineup for the California camping range as such. So this is the one that's actually got a cooker in the vehicle, so that's kind of what distinguishes it, and this is classed as a camper van motorhome. So the taxation class on this is the same as private light goods vehicle. So currently it's £270 for the year, which is a lot less than the Tour version which we went through previously. So we'll get straight into it and give you an idea what you can get and what you can't get, and then we'll have a look at pricing and things like that. We'll do that in a separate video when we look at the whole lineup of where these vehicles are, what the starting prices are on these vehicles as well, and what the different jump up is between them as well, so you get a good indication of what you're getting and how much they are from on there as well. But that's the video that's going to be coming soon. So let's start off with seating. That's where we started off from last time. So seating wise, the vehicle comes as standard as a 4-seater, so 2 up front, which are swiveling seats, and then a dual passenger seat in the back, which is what you'd be used to looking at California. So it's what's in the coast and what's in the ocean seat that's there. That folds down, and then that gives you a bed which is the whole width of the vehicle, and all the way to the back, so gives you a huge bed downstairs with the on this particular version with the camping version as well. Now you do have the option of getting an additional 1 seat, which is £474. All these prices including VAT, and that seat would sit in the middle of the actual living area that's in the vehicle. You'd use that seat for during the week for carrying people around. It's not necessarily a seat that you would use when you go camping. The reason for that is because you can't put the bed down with that seat in position. So you would need to take, either you do go with it, you'd have to take it out and then put the bed down, or alternatively, for example, if you needed that because you wanted an extra seat during the week, you could then take that and put it in the garage and move it around. I suspect, as we did with the previous beach model, a lot of the ones that we saw with the 2-seat bench, we didn't then sell with an additional seat. It tended to be the Tour version of what was back then with the 3-seat bench on the back, that tended to have more of those type of seats that's there. So as I said, that's £474 for that particular one. Now if you're looking at the configurator, you might notice on there as well there is an option for a 3-seat bench within the camping section of the vehicle, which is an option at £180, and that would allow you to change that 2-seater into a 3-seat bench, and give you that extra bed space using that, so you could carry up to 5 people. Now that option is not in the price list, so I'm not entirely sure whether that's actually supposed to be a proper option or whether it's a bit similar like the Tour one where it's got that option in. As soon as we find out and we know, I will let you know and give you an idea and an update on that as well, but it is in there, so just look out for that. We move on to alloy wheels. If you watched the previous video, I mentioned that this vehicle comes standard with 17-inch alloy wheels, so you've got the upgrade to the Woodstock alloys for 0 cost if you want to, and you've also got the option to upgrade and then if you want to the 18-inch wheels. And again, so the Terracina alloys are £936, or the Palmerston wheels are £1,254. And as I said, if you move up to the 18, you do then lose your spare wheel on the vehicle. You don't get that on the vehicle at all that's on there. You've also got the option of all-season tyres and all-weather tyres. They're on the vehicle. You want to add those at this stage when you're ordering them, and they're £162 for those. Things like the alloy wheel, you can get an alloy wheel as a spare. That is £276, and obviously that would replace the steel wheel. You get a standard with whatever alloy wheel was on the vehicle, as long as it was one of the 17-inch wheels. As I said in the previous video, if you go for an 18-inch wheel, you lose your spare wheel completely on there. And then again, similar to the last video, we've got this mention about heavy duty jack and having a toolkit and not a jack that's in there. I tend to leave those options and just don't bother with those options, just leave them where they are, that's in there. The heavy duty version was £66. So moving on to navigation. Navigation's an option on on the vehicle. It's £1,338 if you want to add the navigation system, and this gives you the first step navigation system, so it doesn't give you the Pro version. That's not an available option on the Beach, but it does give you the one which has the 2 buttons on either side, if you've seen them, that's on there. So £1,338 for that option. Now you do have the option of the storage net, which is in the because you've got the 2-seat bench in this one. So that what that would do is it give you on the side of the bench, it'll give you that extra cupboard. So you'd have one pull-out drawer, then you have a next pull-out drawer next to it, and then you'd also have the hanging basket, which would be over your head if you were sat on the driver and passenger seat. It was in there, and that's £210 all in. We're now going to move on to the driver assistance packages. Some of these we'll quickly go through because we've talked about them before, and you probably know what they are, quite self-explanatory. So fog lights, £426. High beam control, which turns off your main beams if this vehicle's coming towards you, it's £162. LED lights, £1,290. Lights and visions pack, £306. We've got active lane assist and side assist, £1,386. This is the one that keeps you in the lane. It'll bump you back in and out if you're moving out of the lane that's slightly there. We talked about this package last time as well. This is the Driver Assistance Pack Plus, which is a combination of those different packs. So you get things like high beam assist, you get the navigation system in there, you get the active lane system in there as well. So that's already included within that £3,000. So if you're looking at all those options combined, it's a good package to have because you're getting it a little bit cheaper than you would be buying them individually. But pretty much if you don't want one of those options, that's then going to obviously makes it less attractive to get that, and you might as well just pick them individually as you go along. Parking sensors front and rear, really good option. I think that's pretty much a must, I think, on these vehicles. And you can have that with the park assist, so it's £558 just for the sensors, £894 if you want it with the park assist that will allow you to park the vehicle for you as well. And so check out, hopefully very shortly, that video will be coming to show you how that works. Rear view camera, £294. Again, really good option on that. It gives you a visual view of what's actually going on at the back of the vehicle as well, so you can see people walking past, things like that. Traffic sign recognition, £282. Obviously you've got to have the navigation system for this to actually work with it. Trailer assist, 2 options here. One which is just including front and rear parking sensors at £1,230, or you can have it to include the park assist and a rear view camera and the side protection at £1,470. You're either going to want a tow bar on it or not have a tow bar, and then you'll either want to have the trailer assist or not, depending on what you're actually moving that's behind you. So we're on to the body and chassis section now. So 80 litre fuel tank, 17 standard, you can get 80 as an option, £78. DCC, dynamic chassis control, £1,458, and that allows you to amend the chassis control of the vehicle. So if you want it a bit more of a sporty setup, you can do that. A bit more of a comfort setup, and you can change that as you require. You can have electric door. So obviously on the camping version, because you've got that pull-out kitchen which comes out, the pull-out cooker which is standard, so you've only got one sliding door on the side of the vehicle, and you can have that being electric instead, which is £378. The only thing I've said to lots of people before about the electric door is obviously it does bleep at you. So when you're shutting the door, it beep, beep, beep. I think it's 3 beeps it makes now, it doesn't go all the way. That's in there. But at night, obviously, if you're camping, it's going to bleep every time you open and shut the door. You can turn that off, but you are working against the motor as well that's on there. So just bear that in mind when you're looking at that particular option. Climatronic with secondary heating system. So this gives you the 3-zone option which is in the vehicle, and that's £990. Also standard, you've got the manual control in the front, and this gives you the automatic version of that as well. And then moving on from here, we're moving to the auxiliary diesel heater. That's £2,328. Now this option is standard in the Coast and in the Ocean model, and we've talked about this before. We're going to try and give you a video which shows you the different stages as you're moving up this lineup from the beach camper to the Coast and to the Ocean, what those differences are just on the base price of the vehicle, and what extras you're actually getting with each one as well. Because I've said this before on the Coast, obviously what you want to do, you might want the Coast that's in there, but just be a little bit careful that you don't spend so many options on it that you actually into that ocean territory, or even above the ocean territory which is in the vehicle. And the same thing is probably going to apply for the beach as well. Obviously there will become a point where you might get towards that one there. So hopefully that video will be coming in a week or two's time, and we'll just try and show you the different stages to go, so how much more you're paying for each individual model, and try and make it nice and easy for you to understand this there, so you know what you're getting and what you're paying for. So on to safety and security. So tow bars, so tow bar preparation, £264. That just puts the electrics in from the front to the rear of the vehicle. You don't get a plug or anything like you can plug into. It just gives us a plug that we can plug wiring into the back, so we don't have to spend time wiring it all the way from front to back. So it saves a bit of money if you want to have one fitted at the dealer. And then obviously you've got tow bar removable lockable. That's £768 for that particular option. And you've got the option of first aid kit, warning triangle, and safety vest, which is £60. What I should say is first aid kit and warning triangles are standard. So you get that on the vehicle as you do with all the other ones that's in there. So you're paying £60 for a safety vest. So if you want a £60 safety vest, that's what you tick as an option. So moving on to windows, we mentioned this in the previous one, and this is no different to the Coast as well. So you get one window on the camping side of the vehicle. So on the passenger side, you've got the window that's in there, because obviously you've got your cooker there, and then you've got an option to have the window in the other side, £222. Again, nice option I think to have that if you want to put that in. Privacy glass, £318. Another really good option, I think it's really good. And heated front windscreen, if you want that, £498. That obviously has an heating element in it, so if your windscreen's frozen, rather than having your fans on, let your vehicle warm up and demist, it'll obviously demist that very quickly for you. Last couple of options. So a black awning is standard on all of the camper versions. That you get, as I said in the previous video, the tour version it's an option, but on the camping version it's standard. You can upgrade that to silver, so for example if you went to a two-tone version, or you had light coloured in the first place, you might want it to match that, and it's £228 to upgrade to that particular version. We've got the option of the direct tyre pressure monitoring system. That's £174. We've done a video on that, show you how that works. Electric folding mirrors, which is £168, and they'll just fold. You can get them to fold in automatically for you, or allow you to do it if you're parked on a straight or something like that and you're worried about taking one of those off. Interior light concept, which is £324. This is what puts extra lights in the vehicle, so in your bed upstairs, rather than having a 12-volt socket, you actually have lights that's in there as well. It's a nice option if it's something that you'd like to put on. 4 keys for £120, which is a bit of a bargain. Normally, and one additional key, if you were to order it afterwards with programming, comes out around £200, £180, £200, something like that. So if you need extra keys, it's worth getting them from the factory if you want. Bed extension with comfort mattress. Now on the beach version, obviously your mattress is the whole way across, so it's a big mattress that's on here as well. I still think it's a good option, but on the beach version, because you've got such a big bed and it's very flat at the moment, it is one of those. Would you want it? Would you not want it? Would you be losing a bit of storage space and things like that? I'm going to order one-on-one just to see what it looks like when it arrives. But obviously you've got those extra cushions which are on the back, because it's the only part really that's nice to have a cover over sometimes is your actual seat that's there as well. So time will tell on that one. Mud flaps, £162. Your window in the canvas at the front, which I mentioned in the previous video. I think that's a really nice option for these now that they've made it available. It's quite a new thing they've made that available on these as well, and that's £270 for that option. Heated seats, which is £372 if you want those. And then finally, you can have the Art Velour interior, which gives you the suede inserts in the middle of the seats, and then the leather look on the outside. So it just gives you a different seat rather than having cloth interior that's in there, and that's £1,248. As in my previous video, I'll share with you what I've actually ordered for stock. So what I've actually put is like the minimum specifications on there. So front and rear parking sensors, and that's a really good one to have that's on there, as I said before. I've upgraded the wheels to the 17-inch wood stock just so they look a little bit different. And again, the colours that I've ordered so far, I've ordered Ascot Grey, I've ordered the Indian Grey, and I've ordered Cherry Red. So I think those three vehicles colours will look really nice with the two-tone wheels as well. Privacy glass, As I said, I really think that just sets the vehicle off and looking nice. It's on there, and the canvas front window as well, which is in the vehicle. I should also as well add, actually, on these particular two vehicles, well, I didn't mention on the other one because it wasn't listed on my thing, but I have also added the additional window on either side of the vehicle as well. Whether that's an important thing for you or not, I don't think that's something you really need to have that's on there. That's down to individual taste, whether you would want that on or not. I have ordered it on these, but so that's what I've ordered on these as my standard stock. As I said in the previous one, you'll be interested to see what you order, what customers order, and we'll get a picture of what you think is important as well on those vehicles. Again, another video with me talking that's in here. So next time we'll try and bring you something a little bit different. We'll try and get outside. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you found it useful. As I said, we've got lots of videos coming up very soon. So some on how these different options work on these more specialist ones, like the park assist, for example, that we mentioned as well. That's there, and we're quite keen if you'd like the video where we actually talk you through the different upgrades. So walking up the lineup effectively from the beach model through to the coast and to the ocean as well, and what you're actually getting as well. So they're all coming very, very soon. So I hope you'd enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and found it useful. Any comments, put in the comments box below. That'd be good. We'll be doing another Q&A session in a week or two's time, so we can get any questions answered which you've put on there as well. In the meantime, please all of you keep safe, and we'll see you again next time.